Hey guys, Jagoff here. Just going to run through how to play crypto properly, the tips and tricks that I figured out for him, as well as a little background knowledge on him. So going into this first clip here, I'm going for my teammate's banner with the drone, which is one thing that you can do with it. You fly up to it, you hold square on it, or whatever the button is for your console or PC, and you can pick up the banner with the drone. You cannot respawn him with the drone, however. That is not possible. You do need to run yourself to the respawn beacon and respawn him yourself. But you can't pick up the banner that way. And as you saw, his drone does have a range on it. I was not able to get that far with the drone, so instead I move into the next building, have my extra teammate cover me, so that I can then re-drone out and go get his banner. So, as far as a little bit of background on crypto, honestly, personally, I love the character. I think he's amazing. I think his background's pretty cool too. In his character page, he's labeled as a surveillance expert, which obviously makes sense. All he does is drone stuff out. When it's just an amazing character. So going into this next clip again, here I'm in a really good spot to drone out of. You need to be behind cover. That's the number one thing. You need to be behind cover before you do it. But the other part is that when you do it, if you drone the whole fight, you're leaving your teammates in a 2v3, which, as you may know from playing Apex, is not the easiest fight ever necessarily. So instead of being really far back, I moved up on them and re-droned. Now, I left my drone sitting there in the air because it will continue to mark people. I don't think it does in this clip much, but there are other clips that will happen. So to explain what his EMP does, which is his ultimate, by the way, and you have to have his drone out for it. His ultimate will not go without his drone. It doesn't like pop off your back. It doesn't go around you or anything. You have to have your drone somewhere and pop it. So what his EMP does is it will slow players down. It will slightly disorient them, kind of like Bangalore ulti or Gibraltar ulti. If those hit you, you know how it disorients you a little bit. Same thing with his EMP, slightly. It does 50 damage to players' shields as well, and it will destroy any traps. So as you see, I reposition my drone there. It'll start smarking everybody, and I'm able to let my team know where everybody's at. That's one of the best ways, in my opinion, to use Crypto's drone, is to have it as like a scouting thing. If you've ever played Rainbow Six, you'll know what I'm talking about, with like Valkyrie cameras and stuff. Same concept almost. So here I start droning. I make a massive mistake. I was not in enough cover. That's the number one thing you got to be really careful. I did get thirsted there. That's the number one thing you do have to be careful about, is make sure you're in cover. Like here, I'm sitting inside of a tunnel. I know there's nobody behind me because I believe I came from the other side. So I'm droning this town out to make sure that we're actually clear to push into this town first. I don't want to just run into everything because this map is huge. If there's any snipers in this place, we're just gonna get spotted by the snipers. So running into that is kind of not the greatest idea. As you see, I drone my way to the next spot I want to go to, so I know we're going to push over to this cave over here. I drone our path over there and then push it. That's another great way to use him, is just drone where you're going next, figure out what you're doing next, and go from there. It's really good. I think he will be pretty busted when it comes to competitive play. Also, just real quick on these orbs, because this is something new to Apex. I'll make a whole video on specifically Season 3 changes soon. But those orbs, there are red ones floating around. If you shoot the red one inside of the cave I'm actually running into, I'm not going to show it in the clip though, there is a loot cave per se. It's specifically got a bunch of loot in it. When I looked at it, I saw a gold backpack, gold armor, a gold helmet, purple armor, and a couple other things. I think a gold barrel stabilizer, but it's really nice. But there is only, I think, one red drone per game floating around the map. Another great way to use Crypto's drone in this specific town, I can't remember the name of this town, I'm just going to call it Chicago, because it looks like Chicago in the winter, man. I'm not, if you live in Chicago, you know what, you know if you know. Droning around this town is insanely strong, because there's so many different holding spots inside these buildings. You can set your drone inside of a building. If your teammate's attacking, they're not gonna have time to shoot your drone. So if you put it in the corner of a building, which I kind of slightly did, they won't shoot it necessarily right away, and your teammates will have time to get in there, and it will distract them, and they'll see exactly where the enemies are going. I'm going to cut my audio off here for a second, because I forgot to do something really quick, so just give me a couple seconds here and audio will pop back up. Alrighty, I apologize about that short delay. So back into the game here in this clip, you're going to see me. I take really bad cover here. Sometimes you can get away with it. I'm just quickly droning to the roof because I know that already that they are on the roof or somewhere higher than us. As you can see also, the triangles will pop up. When those pop up, you haven't marked them necessarily. You need to get it to actually highlight them. Those triangles just give you like a burst of, hey, he's here, so you don't miss him. Secondly, that was my EMP right there. You don't need to be in your drone to pop your EMP. You can just drone out, put it somewhere, get back into your character, and then pop your EMP. When you are droning, your character Crypto just stands still. So that's why I've been saying that you really need to get in cover and everything. That's why I got downed earlier while I was droning. Here you can see that as they shot this thing down, one of the orbs, it's purple. So I just sit here, I wait for him, EMP him, and mark him for my team. My team's already on their way. I could pop out, hit this, I hit the jump tower and drop in on him. Like I said, I'll be making a second video on all the Season 3 changes as well. There's a big change to the jump towers on this map. You may have already noticed them, but I'll tell you what it is in the next video. In this clip, it's another example of me trying to drone and just not taking great positioning. So yeah, that's about everything I have. If you have any questions or anything, as always, comment and let me know what you think. Like and subscribe to my channel and all that. Give the share. Get some of your friends to know how to play crypto so you don't got a bunch of trash cryptos with you. Thanks for watching, guys.